Hey, what is up, everyone? I would like to give my initial impressions on Animal Crossing New Horizons for the Nintendo Switch because I have a lot to say about this game. And let's just say right now to all the mainstream media outlets and all the game reviewers that are reviewing this game, it's awesome that this game is getting great reviews because let me tell you right off the bat, it's well deserved. This game is a freaking masterpiece. I'm a huge Animal Crossing fan, and this is one of the best Animal Crossings, and that's saying a lot. Okay? But you don't review Animal Crossing. The idiots that are calling their review a review, like IGN, GameSpot, and all these other idiot reviewers, this is an ongoing game. You've only scratched not even the surface. You haven't even seen events. You haven't even seen holiday events yet. This is a game that you could review maybe over a year and not even still seen all of it. So I call this my initial impressions of what I've seen so far in the very little time I've put into it, even though I put in hours. Which for an Animal Crossing game is nothing because this is a game that works in real time, that works, with the real time clock, and has an endless amount to do. And the only way to really review the game is over such a long course of time to really experience everything because you don't even know what's coming up in the updates. And what I love that Nintendo did is all these people that are cheating and these time travelers that change their system clocks and all these idiot mainstream review channels that are telling you to do that, they're idiots. And Nintendo is tackling those people by putting a lot of the events in updates that you get over time. That's awesome. So if you wanted to go into a holiday right away, you couldn't just say, oh, it's, Christmas. Oh, it's Easter. You have to get them over time in an update. That's awesome. So, from what I've experienced in this game so far, how I'm liking the game, how I'm liking the changes as opposed to other Animal Crossings, because a lot of these people that are reviewing this game, this is their first Animal Crossing, and listen, I've played it when nobody used to play Animal Crossing. I've played every single version. I've put in thousands of hours in all the past versions. And let me tell you something. This version is awesome. What they've done to Animal Crossing to make you want to come back every day, to give you incentives to come back every day, to give you something to do, even though there was in the past, this takes it to a new level with this thing called Nook Mileage, with these check-in things that you get bonuses if you go in every day, things that you want to see every day, things that you may start on a specific day that make you want to come back the next day to see progress, checking in on your other villagers, gardening and watering your plants, ongoing missions, always having something to sell, always having something to craft, an endless amount to craft, other islands to go to, amazing tools to expand your island, pole vaulting sticks to get to one side of the island to the other to get across the river, ladders to get to other plateaus, setting up spaces for other villagers in your area, having other people in your family use your other user accounts on your Switch to enjoy your island. Having a flimsy axe to chop down wood from a tree as opposed to a regular axe to chop down the tree. Having terraforming now, where you can actually literally customize fully for the first time your own island, having full customization, not being the mayor, not being a guest, being the full creator, being able to fully have control for the first time of what your island is going to look like by putting passageways in, pathways, islands, terraforming, bringing the ground up, bringing the ground down, bringing water in and out, having control of the earth. Full 100% control, being able to move a house or a tent, being able to move a villager. Awesome little incentives and ways to pay off debt to Tom Nook. Now he gives you this other option. If you don't want to pay with bells, you can pay with this thing called Nook Mileage, which is one of the big staples, one of the big game changers to Animal Crossing New Horizons. This thing, Nook Mileage, where, as you progress, everything is tied to Nook Mileage. Everything that you do, whether it's collecting bugs, whether it's fishing, whether it's collecting fossils, whether it's crafting, you get this thing called Nook Mileage. You bring it to Tom Nook, you turn them in, and you get credits towards certain things, whether paying off your tent, whether or paying it off to travel to another island, using it for your advantage as a currency as opposed to just bells, and also as an incentive to do things because you're constantly wanting to build your Nook Mileage. Then there's this thing called Nook Mileage Plus, where you could benefit from doing even the tiniest little things, as going to the Nook Bank ATM machine, and if you do it every day, your bonus will increase every day and gives you an incentive to log on and go and do certain things to keep getting your bonus. Holiday events, Easter's coming, the Easter egg hunt, crafting special holiday-themed items that you can only get during a certain time frame. Weather, certain fish that you can only catch during, rain. Things that were in other Animal Crossings also, but a lot of new. So they brought back everything that was awesome in older Animal Crossings, but they also added a lot of new that add to the game that make this a full fleshed out, massive Animal Crossing game. And if you're new to Animal Crossing, you're going to absolutely love this. I've talked to people, this is their first Animal Crossing game, and they're absolutely having a blast with it. I've talked to people that are huge Animal Crossing fans, and they're just mind-blowing. I mean, as somebody that spent thousands of hours in New Leaf, thousands of hours in City Folk, Wild World, this just blows those games away. Pocket Camp. It took a lot of stuff that worked in Happy Home Designer as far as moving items around, easier ways to decorate your house so it's not so cumbersome. The crafting mechanic alone at the workbench with the do-it-yourself recipes is just so mind-boggling, because now you don't have to wait every day for Tom Nook to have certain things in his shop. You could craft whatever you want, whenever you want. Having different buildings built with different storylines and missions, such as, bringing certain creatures to Tom Nook's, and he keeps calling Blathers. And finally he says, well, my buddy Blathers, I should just invite him to the island. And then you have full control. Okay, well, tell me where you want me to set up his tent. You set up the tent. The next day he's there. Well, bring me so-and-so many fossils. Okay, now I'm going to build the actual museum. Come back tomorrow. The museum will be built. You want to upgrade your tent? Pick a color roof. Come back tomorrow. The house will be built. You can plant whatever you want. You can put stuff now on your patio. You can actually put stuff out on your lawn. You can have a bonfire. You can have lawn chairs. You can have a tiki torch. You can have like a birdhouse. Dude, whatever you want to do, Animal Crossing. And if you played Animal Crossing in the past and you were like, nah, there's not a lot for me to do, I'm kind of bored. No. Give it another try. I think you're going to be mind blown with Animal Crossing. There is tons and tons to do. There's a lot to do with other islands, visiting other islands. If you want specific fruit, and there's these things called iron nuggets that I was reading about today that you could get from traveling. Multiplayer, doing co-op with other friends that own Animal Crossing, having them come to your town and doing little things with you, inviting them to your town, giving them certain control of what they can and can't do, who can come in, who can't. It's awesome. Animal Crossing New Horizons, if you haven't checked it out and you own a Switch, I think you really should. It's a time sink, and especially with everything going on now, this is the perfect game. This is going to work. This is exactly the kind of game that you want right now. This is almost like The Sims. Or like when I was on Facebook back in the day playing a lot of Facebook games that were time sinks, like Farmville, Yoville, those kind of games. But this is really involved, and you don't have to buy anything once you buy the game. There's no, microtransactions or DLC. It's all in here with free updates, and the world is ever changing. There's never been a time since that I've gone on here that there's nothing not to do and there's nothing new. So that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. I would say that this is one of the most interesting and biggest Switch games so far. It's going to be on the top list this year of games of the year. It's going to be a big one. It's going to rank on Murray NJ08's Game of the Year. It's early to say yet what's going to happen this year, but this is going to rank. Let me tell you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining in. That's my initial impressions, first thoughts, whatever you want to call it. Take care, and I'll see you again on the next video.